Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here, how you doing? Right, it's Friday, Friday's request day. This one was requested by the creator and voted in by the BonBon buddies by one single solitary vote. The creator is also a BonBon buddy, and no doubt it was their vote that just swung it that their map was reviewed today. See, there's an advantage to being a member. Okay, now this area is one based on a real-life location in the northwest of England, the location of a fictional TV show that I loathe and detest. In fact, I hate it so much I have to run and turn the TV off before I hear the theme tune, because even the theme tune winds me up. Yes, Hollyoaks. Loathe Hollyoaks. Don't watch it. Steer clear. Don't come to the UK just because of Hollyoaks. Ah! Anyway, before we crack on and review today's map, I'm going to have to remind you to do something. I have to remind you every single day because you always forget. It's time to do it now, please. That's right, hitting the like button really does help support the channel. Thank you so much for hitting that like button for me, you lovely, lovely people. Right, okay, let's crack on and do today's map. It's Chester, Cheshire and North Wales by Construction Gamer. Now, if you recognise the location, we did do a similar map back in January, episode 222, There's Your Start Square, which was also made by Construction Gamer. Seems Construction Gamer only knows how to make maps of this location. There's your resources. Now, you'll notice we are using the realistic 1.45 European theme and the 1.2. It's also a mass transit map, by the way. There we are. There's not too much to subscribe to. It does say that you might need the unlimited tree mod. I've not checked, but I'd be very surprised, very hugely surprised if you do. Right, we're going to start this map by coming in along the North Wales Expressway, this one here. Now, it's based on the real terrain and the real map of the real location. A little bit of glitching between the roads there, not too bad though. I can let that bit go. The problem is when you're working with a real life but not to scale, the terrain heights remain about the same, obviously, because you want the hills to look real, don't you? But everything's like constricted. Hang on, bridge there looks a bit wobbly and a little bit jinky janky in the middle there. Yes, so everything's bad glitching. We are out of the 25 tiles though, and I did say that this doesn't appear to be a map that you play outside of the 25 tiles. This intersection looks hand drawn to me. It's not the worst. It's not pretty, but it's not the worst. And we're going to follow this route as well, ignoring the jinky jankies and the glitching as we go. So yes, we did an original map, more jinky there. We did an original map from construction back in January. It got 11 stars across the board, 3, 4 and 4. Horrible dark terrain glitching going on. That's weird. This is very similar. Very similar. I'm going to try and link in the original review of the previous map. It's not an update, it's a completely different take on the same map, but so similar that you'll question if it is the same map, if you know what I mean. Does that make any sense to you at all? Look at this glitching between the bad road glitching. It's like the road's been laid on top there. Oh well. And we come down here, we go underneath the rail, plenty of height there, that is fine. Running through a bit of a wooded area as well. Now, I did say back at the time, although I live in the United Kingdom, this is the wrong end of England for me. I don't know the area well at all. I'm aware of some of the town names and city names, obviously Chester being the home of Hollyoaks, Ellesmere Port, Runcorn, all that kind of all that kind of jazz. And of course, across the river to Liverpool. That's not how they say Liverpool, is it? Please don't do a Liverpudlian accent, BonBon. You're embarrassing yourself. Okay. Bridget, little bit. One's got a slightly more curve on it than the other. It just looks a bit odd. Never mind. And we come down here. As we come off, is that a bit of jinky janky off of the end there? It's hard to really make out, to be honest with you. It's just a little bit odd. Now we're going to come around here to an intersection which I've had a look at the map, and I can't quite place exactly what intersection we are looking at here. I believe it's based on a real location though. Obviously a little bit of tailback on the traffic there. And then if we go off this way, this is almost certainly a real road, a real life map road. But then we get to this split and this highway here that appears to be completely fictional. And I'm reckoning that because it's out of the 25 tiles, Construction Gamer said, look, I'm not interested at all in that particular road. Where it comes from, we'll just connect it up with the outside of the map. I don't believe it's actually real. Can't work it out if it is anyway. And plus there's no trees beyond the limits there, so it does appear that it's just ignore this, BonBon. I was like, oh, I will then. I will then, shall I? Now they've got a YouTube channel themselves. I'm liking the cliff work under this bridge as well, by the way. It's quite nice. The way it's been smoothed. Could easily with that have had Blue Mantle showing. But yeah, they've got their own YouTube channel, and I will try and link it in. I'll say try because I was going to link it in as I was recording this, but could I find it? It's crazy because I was actually only looking at it about an hour or so ago. Now this intersection, this bit of bridge here, this looks a bit odd, doesn't it? Do you think that looks a bit off? We are going to fix this right now while I carry on talking. See, they're not aligned at each end, and the arc of the road isn't quite right either. The levels are about right though. So I'm going to fix this using Move It while I keep talking. But yes, I'm going to try and link them in. I'm assuming I'll be able to find their channel again fairly easy. But it was, yeah, I had a look. I watched a little bit of one of their videos. They're building on this particular map, and of course not to scale. And they do say this actually, by their own admission. But actually, it was quite entertaining. And if you fancy watching somebody doing a city build who isn't Strict Toaster or Bisquickelhausen or Corrales or any of the usual, just want to see somebody a bit different doing something based on a real life map, then I think you could do a lot worse than have a look at Construction Gamer's work. But anyway, yeah, that's not perfect, but I think that's already looks a lot better there. Just a little bit of tweaking. Now this intersection, like I say, it's busy, it's fine. Is it high enough? Have we got a street light? Yes, we have got a street light clipping through just on the edge there. Yeah, it could be a lot worse. I think we can kind of like turn a blind eye to that one. Anyway, if you follow off that way, that goes down to Wellesmere Port. This way goes to Runcorn, and because last time I think we went to Wellesmere Port, this time we're going to go to Runcorn. Why not? Another slightly awkward looking bridge there. Yes, that is always going to be a problem with doing real life maps that are not one-to-one. It's hard enough doing a one-to-one scale map because of the technicalities of the game, but when you're doing like a 1-to-2 or a 1-to-5 or a 1-to-whatever, you know, full scale, because we did the whole of Europe the other day, didn't we? Europe and the Middle East and Northern Africa. Slightly bumpy here, of course, once again because of the terrain being, this is like a mile from here to there and a mile from there to here, but in our game it's like 60 meters. And so those terrain climbs are huge. We'll certainly make it out here with this bridge, right? When we come over this bridge, which is obviously just 2 lanes wide, when we come down the ramp on the other side, you call it a ramp, but the incline on the other side, that is probably a couple of miles in real life. And we're looking at it as just a quick down ramp. So anyways, that is always going to be a problem, and it's going to detract from the realism. This is where you have to use a little bit of creative license. Ugly looking rail bridge. Probably is in real life as well, but just mention it. But yeah, yeah, that's always going to be the problem. You need a little bit of creative license to say, hey, okay, I know this isn't going to be real. I'm just going to bend the rules a little bit and pretend that the whole of Cheshire fits onto the back of a postage stamp. Big down ramp there. Anyway, that's about it. Let's go head off to Assetville, shall we? About time, isn't it? To check out today's quirky, even though it's Friday, this very nearly made Saturday's show. very nearly, but there was something that just screamed at me that had to be done Saturday, and I didn't want to save this for another week because I think there's going to be more coming in this set. It's the Western Saloon Building Park by 220Hz. Makes me remember that Red Dead Redemption 2 is due out imminently, if it's not out already. I haven't kept my finger on the pulse on that one, mainly because as much as I'd love to play it, and I probably will play it one day, I just don't have the time. I don't know. I never finished Red Dead 1 because of reasons I explained in the previous show somewhere down the line, and I've got the DLC, the zombie thing for the original game. I haven't even played that. I just don't have time. But I have got time to review Western Saloon Building Park by 220Hz. It's really very nice, but what do you expect from 220Hz? We only review the best on this show, and they're one of the best. We head across to Themington Island for another look at Boulder City, Nevada by Douglas. That's the theme and the LUT today, and all this week is the Relight Vintage. I think it works well. Look at the sunset colours. So beautiful. Right, factoids because factoids. Why not factoids because factoids? Penguins. Everybody loves a penguin. Can't get the wrapper off, can you? No, 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 no. That's a British joke. The emperor penguin incubates its eggs on its toes, shuffling them around for 64 days and keeps them off of the ice that can be as cold as -60. Keeps it on its toes. I never realised that. Casanova. Casanova nearly married his own daughter. Fortunately, the girl's mother appeared just in time for him, just in time for him to realise that as a former lover, that, well, it was, let's say the marriage was called off. As I completely balls reading that up. Oops. Stick to making it up as we go along. Bodging it, not reading. Reading isn't a strong point. Anyway, we've got, this is the D, and the D has 2 shipping routes coming in, and a couple of shipping routes to go up to there and there. And then this is the Mersey, and the Mersey has 2 shipping routes, and they come up here. And one goes into the old docks over there, very nice, and the other 2, yeah, they just dead end up there. So no through shipping routes, just a little bit of that. But what about water flow? Well, we've got 2 rivers, and this is the D again. The D is definitely flowing, and is it going to have enough weight of motion to carry everything out of the estuary? There's only one way to find out. Get down to the estuary. Ooh, it's looking good, actually. Yep, I'm happy to say that that works as a river. Let's try the Mersey. If anything's going to let us down, it'll be the Mersey, won't it? Actually, no, excellent work. Very happy with the Mersey as well. Great water flow, good work there, Construction Gamer. Now have a look at the map as a whole. That's Chester, that patch there of green. That's Chester, and there's Ellesmere Port right there. Now the areas which are marked in resources are areas that are industrial in real life, and it's nice and easy to... Oh, hang on. I think... Is this Eaton Hall? I think they call this Eaton Hall. Or... yeah, it's creative. Of course it's creative. It's vanilla. I think it's facing the wrong way, if I remember rightly, looking at Google Maps. But I don't think that really matters at all, does it? Come on. I said be creative, and now I'm saying it's facing the wrong way. You can't have it both ways, BonBonB. Down here we've got this thing. Not sure that this really works for me. It might be highlighting a real-life location, and that is fine. It doesn't add anything to the map for me. Perfect little bridge there. Factory in the industrial area here. Like I say, this is obviously one of the oil works or refineries or something like that. And again here, a little industrial area here based on the real life location. Okay, let's have a look. Let's not worry too much about the hills on the outside of the map, because they are literally just a backdrop. And then down here we've got a cemetery on this island. Now I think there's some bad terrain work under here, but it's been hidden by all this moss, and I approve of hiding ugly with foliage. I absolutely approve of it. Not going to mark anybody down for that at all, ever in the month of Sundays. Then we got this jetty is perfectly plopped in there. Very happy with that as well. And then over here we have got, yes, you know what's coming here, ladies and germs. It is the Essential Lighthouse. Ooh, it's the Essential Lighthouse. And what the hell is going on here? How many times have I got to tell you guys? You've got to make it that you can walk up those steps into the lighthouse, unless you can find a very good reason for it not to be. Like, you can pull it out and have the steps going, you know, from there, have it like a big drop down to light, yeah, if you fall off the edge, or you move the lighthouse back and you can drop it in using there. Of course, a bit of terrain glitching around it, but you can hide that with foliage. Hey, trick there, guys, trick there. But yeah, we've not got that. We've got hang on, let's undo that. We've got that instead. Okay, never mind. Never mind. How dare you squirm your way around the Essential Lighthouse. We've got bushes for hedgerows. That's quite nice, actually. Most people use trees. These bush lines are definitely working. Your chance to vote on the map, is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your votes really do count towards the end of the month Viewers' Choice Chart, where we all choose, well, we work out, sorry, not choose, you choose, and I'll work out who were your, well, which were your favourite maps, and what were your favourite ways that I could not be speaking, because I seem to be struggling today. Anyways, aesthetically, it ain't great, is it? It ain't great. It's, from up here it's okay, but I can't even get it to 3 stars, I'm afraid. It just doesn't do anything apart from look vaguely like the location from up here. 2 stars. Detailing, I'm struggling again. Maybe it's because standards have risen so high over the last year that everything that was okay a year ago is no longer okay. I can't give this 3 stars either. 2 stars. Gameplay potential, very playable. Very, very, very playable. Everything's in place. I think their options are there. Yes, you can't play. The only reason why it doesn't get 5 stars is because you can't play it as the real life location because its scale is so far removed. But I'm going to give it 4 stars for gameplay, and I highly recommend you give it a go. Just want to decorate it a lot and sort out some detailing. Chester, Cheshire, and North Wales. By Construction Gaming. Too many ch's in that, I'm afraid. Probably doesn't sound too good on mic either. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, commenting, liking and subscribing. Click the link on the left coming up now to watch an old map which now has a vote on it, and if I can find the link to his channel, I'll include the link on the screen now. If I can't, then I'll try and put it in the description at some point. Anyway, we'll find a way, and I'll see you tomorrow for another map in the What's Map series. Have a great day, and you've been very, very welcome.